So we've briefly discussed data types. In this video, we'll look at Python types in more detail. So Python's got several built-in data types that can be classified as numeric, iterator, sequence, which are also iterators, mapping, file, class, and exception. We'll be introducing all of these as the course progresses, but in the remainder of this section, we'll have a look at the numeric data types and one of the sequence types. We've already seen the sequence type that I'll discuss in this section, the str type for strings. Before we look at that though, I'm going to start with the numeric data types. So Python 3 has three numeric data types, int, float, and complex. Python 2 had another type, long, because its int type couldn't store very large values. In Python 3, the int type replaces long. We're not going to discuss complex numbers, which contain a real and an imaginary part based on the square root of -1. If you understand complex numbers and want to use Python to manipulate them, then by the end of the course you'll understand Python well enough to be able to do so. Complex number theory is an advanced branch of mathematics and engineering, and we're not going to attempt to explain it here. Alright, so starting out now with integer, the Python integer data type is called int. Integers are just whole numbers, numbers having no fractional part, whereas float is another name for real numbers, numbers having a fractional part after the decimal point. Integers can be considered just special cases of real numbers, but when represented in a computer, computations using integers are significantly faster than using floating point numbers. And that's one of the main reasons for the distinction in programming languages. Because of the way that integers are generally stored in the computer's memory, many programming languages have a limit to the size of an integer, about 9 trillion in European terms or 9 quintillion in American. The Python 3 int effectively has no maximum size. I'll repeat that for programmers who are coming to Python from other languages. There's no limit to the size of the values that you can store in a Python int. You'll run out of memory before you exceed the size limit, and that's because there isn't one. So floating point numbers or floats are used to represent numbers having a fractional part. The Python floating point type is called float, and some examples of floating point numbers are shown below. 1.0, 123.456, and then pi 3.1515926, etc. The maximum float value on a 64-bit computer is 1.7976931486231557e plus 308, which means move the decimal point 308 places right. Now the smallest number, I'm not going to read that out, is still quite small as you can see, and it's got 307 zeros before the decimal point. Python floats have 52 digits of precision, which should be adequate for most purposes. If you need more precise decimal numbers, Python 3 now includes a decimal data type, but we won't be using that in this course. In a later section, I'll be showing you one trick you can use to avoid rounding errors in financial calculations. Because Python doesn't have type declarations, where you specify the type of a variable before you can use it, it's tempting to think that you don't have to understand the difference between the int and float types. But it is something you need to consider when writing your programs. And that'll make more sense when we look at some of the operations that can be performed on numbers. So let's switch back to the IDE and do that in the next video.